Hi, everybody. My name is Landon Carr. I was part of the team Platoon Console. Our team developed an application that made it easier for students and instructors to interact with the cohort offered by Code Platoon. We're really excited to show you what we made today. First, I'm going to pass it off to Nika for user account and student creation.
Thanks, Landon, for introducing me. I'm Nika, and I'll be going over the student account and registering and logging in. So we'll start with registering. We'll go ahead and register ourselves as a student. First, last name, we'll put in our email, our phone number, and there will actually be a cohort code that we'll end up getting from the instructors so that we can be added to the appropriate cohort. We'll also add our password, and we actually have verification of password matching. And we'll hit submit. And that actually shows us that we were successful in registering and sends us an email as well. If for some reason a user forgets their password, they're actually able to click on the link forgot password, and it will actually email them a link so that they can actually go in and reset their password. And you'll be able to actually input a new password, which still does have verification for password matching, and hit submit. And I will go ahead and pass this over to Hank so he can talk about attendance and daily tasks.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. So one of the most important features that we had was dealing with accountability daily. Code Platoon students in general are a pretty busy bunch, and this allows for a single source of truth and kind of streamlining of the attendance process. So if you go in under daily tasks and click on the link that says attendance check-in, you're going to you'll have a drop down which says whether you're attending class or not. For now, we'll say no. We'll say, hey, I've got something going on, and you'll type in the reason for your absence and submit. And then this feeds a model on the back end, or a table on the back end, which is essentially the attendance record per student per day. And then the instructors, there's a view associated with that where they can pull all of the attendance. Okay, and then you're also able to view the curriculum that you'll have for a given week. So you go to the GitHub link and select the link that the link for the appropriate week, and then all the pages for the associated GitHub repos that you're going to be working with throughout the curriculum will be populated on the Platoon Console site. All right, I'm going to hand it over to Michael, who's going to talk a little bit about the materials and resources students are able to interact with on the site.
Hello, everyone. So today I'm going to speak about one of the resources, the YouTube playlist that we created for everybody. As you can see on here, we created a video gallery. It's kind of a friendly platform designed to enhance the learning experience. And we hope that the interface will allow people to kind of browse this list that we created. On the front page, we have a search bar to locate specific topics. So if somebody wants to search for, say, OOP, so for like object-oriented programming, the user can type that in and then search for it. It will then create a list of all the titles that actually goes and queries the Code Platoon interface, the channel on YouTube. And as you can see, you can pick any of these modals if you want. So for example, if you click on one, it'll bring it up, and then following the theme of our site, you can now do study sessions seamlessly. You can practice and do whatever you want, all from within the comfort of using this uniquely grouped application that we've designed. So now I'm going to go ahead and pass this off to David.
All right, hello everyone. I'm going to be going over our calendar integration, the demo list from the student perspective, and also the daily feedback form. So we use Google Calendar integration. That link is configured dynamically on the back end by the instructor per cohort. We have two links here. If you click on daily agenda, we can see a snapshot of what's up on deck for the day. And if we scroll, we can see the week and on forward. And if we close that and look at the monthly, same thing, we get a snapshot of the entire month. if we look at the code demo list under pairs and demos, the student can see what the current demo list looks like. So who's on deck to demo next, who has demoed and who has not. We just click the daily feedback form. We have the form. It can be filled out and submitted right from there. And that covers my section. So I'll pass that back over to Nika to begin the instructor portion.
Thank you so much, David. And now we're going to pivot over to what our application would look like if you are an instructor. So you would log in, and this is your home page that you would see. We're going to be looking at roll call. So what happens is at the beginning of the day, as each student actually states whether or not they're going to be present, you're going to be able to see that. So if you select a cohort, you'll be able to see who is actually present and who is absent. And if you click that, it actually will give you a reason, and you're able to go in and state whether or not the absence will be excused or not. So that helps us to be able to see as students who's going to be able and available for any other things that we're doing that day. And so now I'm going to pass it over to DJ to talk about the demo management.
Thank you, Nika. So as an instructor, we'll go into the generate demo list. We'll select our cohort, and this will list our current demo status of all the students. So we do code demos in the morning and at the beginning and at the end of class. This helps track who's already demoed. So let's say Rania has on deck. She would be presenting today, and then once she finished, she would be marked as complete. Generally, students pick the next person. However, we also have the functionality to pick a random student on deck, which will sort them to the beginning of the list. So when a cycle of students is completed, there's an easy button for the instructor to click to reset all the students from their completed status, and it completely resets everyone to do, and then that sets it up for the next iteration of demoing. I'm going to now pass it on to Donnie, who's going to discuss pair programming.
Thank you, DJ. Hello, everybody. My name is Dominic Colbert, and today I will be talking about our pair programming generator that we have made for instructors to use for their cohorts. So inside of our generate group component, we have a drop down that will allow instructors to select what cohort they are in. As you know, we have immersive programs and we have evening and weekends, so they'll be able to filter through by that. And then the instructor can also pick how many students will be in the group. Pair programming is pretty common throughout the cohort, but we can also generate groups of higher numbers. The instructor will input the number and then click create groups to create the group. And as you can see right now in group 1, we also have functionality to make sure we don't have any leftover students, and it will just throw them into another group so we don't have a lonesome person. But yeah, and that's pretty much our generate grouping component. And I will be passing it back to Landon to talk about some admin things.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Donnie. I'm going to go over how instructors can manage the entire website. So if we go in here, what we have up here is this is setting the curriculum endpoint for the GitHub that DJ and others demonstrated earlier for pulling the correct curriculum. So this is currently set up to point at the Code Platoon curriculum. Then, for example, if we have an additional cohort coming up, we will go ahead and create a code for it. We'll give it a code name, and we will set the start and end date. And we'll go ahead and add that. Successfully added a cohort. All right, so you can also associate links that will be displayed for students on the front end, dynamically chosen per cohort that they're associated with. So I'll add a Zoom link, full stack program. We'll add a URL, and we'll associate it with the cohort based on the primary key, and that will go ahead and add it. Below here, we have the link management where we can actually adjust the links that we created. So if I want to give this Zoom link a different tag, it'll be Zoom link number 2, And I can go ahead and fire that off and update that link. So now students will see this link on their front end page. From there, I will pass it off to DJ for the conclusion of this presentation.
Thank you, Landon. I hope everyone enjoyed our presentation. What were our plans in the future we've discussed and we're working into our development process will be an alumni section, a bulletin board, a feature we call Platoon Canvas, which will allow drawing and whiteboarding from inside Platoon Console, and a profile section for students and alumni. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day.
All right. Thank you so much, Platoon Console. Again, that was Platoon Console by Landon, DJ, Nika, Michael, Donnie, David, and Hank. At this point, does anyone have any questions for Platoon Console?
Yeah, I had a quick question. I see Platoon Console is designed to be used by both instructors and students, which have like different user needs. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about your process for researching which features would be most useful for the instructors.
Yeah, I'll take that. So my name's Lankar. I was part of Platoon Console. So there's basically two customers for our application, one being students, one being instructors. So we had an intimate knowledge of what the students would need. But then we also met pretty frequently with the instructors, Adam and Francisco, to kind of define the scope in which instructors interacted with the class and what type of information they needed to collect on their end.